Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys a brand new Pokemon Go video today. Today we're going to be talking about the Halloween event in Pokemon Go, which has been something they've done the last couple of years, and it's very likely that they're going to be doing one again. Now, Krails here is a known Pokemon Go data miner and leaker. You should definitely check out all the links in the description below to follow all these different people and go to these different sources. But yeah, they do a lot of data mining and kind of get some of the data traffic, the network traffic, to determine some of the updates and stuff like that. And there's been some information that was posted a few hours ago while I was sleeping. I'm awake now, so we're gonna cover it. I'm sure there's gonna be an announcement later today or at some point this week. I'm thinking it's gonna be later today though, because Mewtwo raids end at 4 p.m. Eastern time, I believe, and then there's gonna be no 5-star raid, right? So there's a good chance that they're gonna replace that and they're gonna roll out the Halloween event. Now, historically, we're currently on the 23rd of October. I believe it was the 21st or 20th last year when they rolled out the Halloween event. So we're actually a little bit behind the Halloween event last year, so it's very likely that they're going to be rolling that out as soon as today. And of course, if they do roll it out today, I actually will be live streaming it on twitch.tv/aDrive. Before I go any further, I'm doing a giveaway for a Nintendo Switch for you guys to win a Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Nintendo Switch. You can simply like the video, subscribe to the stream and the channel, of course, and check out the link in the description, and you can fill out all the different things like follow me on Twitter and things like that. You'll get more entries and you'll have a higher chance to win the Nintendo Switch. So good luck with that. Now let's talk about this. So a couple things here. New Halloween event items. So backpack, shirt, and hat for Gengar, which is really cool. Obviously, Gengar is a really cool Pokemon. Its shiny is a little bit lackluster, but it's a cool Pokemon. Hat for Drifloon, a shirt for Drifblim, a hat for Mismagius, and a shirt for Spiritomb. Now, for those who don't know, there's only a handful of new Ghost-type Pokemon in Generation 4. They haven't released them yet, but Drifblim and Drifloon are the two Pokemon, reverse order though in terms of evolution. Those are the new Ghost-type Pokemon. They're Ghost and Flying types. We'll talk about them here in a little bit. And then there's some evolutions, right? So Snorunt can evolve into Frostlass when it's a female, so that's pretty cool. You've got Dusknoir evolving into Dusknoir, which is a really, really cool looking ghost-type Pokemon. You've got Mismagius evolving into Mismagius. And then last but not least, there's a few other Pokemon. You've got the legendary Pokemon Giratina, which is my theory for the Tier 5 raids. We'll talk about that. And then you'll also have two other Pokemon that are kind of special in a way, right? And we'll talk about those here in a second. So there's some event quests. Normally they have different quests. So catch X amount of Poochyena or Houndour. So last year, Houndour and I believe Poochyena were increased spawns. Actually, Poochyena might not have been out yet. But Houndour was increased spawns. They had like Shuppet, Duskull, and Sableye all increased spawns and shiny. So the only thing I didn't like about last year's Halloween event is they did a trickle down with the shinies. So they started with Sableye, they added Duskull, and then they added Shuppet, I think, at the end, or maybe flipped the last two. Hopefully they release any of the shinies at once this year, because that was kind of a buzzkill for me anyway, because I played a crazy amount trying to get Sableye, and then they release other shinies, and then I didn't have as much time to get them. So anyway, evolve Duskull or Shuppet, so that's pretty cool. And then catch Ghost-type Pokemon, and there'll be opportunities to get various Pokemon through research quests. Typically, quests give you a higher chance to find a shiny, so that's kind of been what we've seen. So that might be a really good opportunity to get some shinies if you're grinding out those quests. So spin those Pokestops, delete the quests that aren't those probably, and go from there. And then I was talking about those two special Pokemon, right? The two special Pokemon are Rotom and Spiritomb in terms of ghost types. And Spiritomb is the one we're kind of talking about here. So there's actually some script that says, oh, it's actually going to be a special research, which is cool because they've done it for Mew and Celebi, and they're going to add one in. It's a shorter one though. It's only 3 stages instead of the 7 or 8. And just to clarify, Spiritomb is not a mythical Pokemon, so that's something to make note of. A lot of people are probably going to get that mixed up, but it is not a mythical Pokemon. It's simply just a Pokemon with a unique backstory. But you drop by in time. As I was out on my regular walk, I stumbled across this odd stone. So Spiritomb's whole story is about the keystone, the odd keystone. It throws into a well, and then Spiritomb comes out of the well essentially. So I'll let you kind of go through this. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing for you guys, but the idea behind it is it looks like we're going to get mythical research for Spiritomb, which is a non-mythical Pokemon, but still really cool. So that's that in terms of what we're expecting. Now, if you guys remember last year for the Halloween event, again, we talked about this. They had increased spawns of Ghastly and Drowsy and Cubone and other spooky Pokemon, right? They had this special Witch Hat Pikachu, and then they released some new shinies in Sableye, Duskull, and Shuppet. Now, those are the first Gen 3 Pokemon to be released at the time in Pokemon Go, and they dropped them all at the same time. But the shiny forms were kind of staggered over the course of the duration of the Halloween event, which is one of the bigger events that Pokemon Go does. And again, it started on October 20th. So this year we're a little bit late. That's why I definitely think it's going to be today, 4 p.m. They're going to roll out the event. And again, if it happens, I will 1,000,000% be out on the road streaming it. I'm going to be doing the grind, man, trying to find shinies and all that stuff. So definitely, if you have free time, you can't play yourself, or you just want to watch and see what the event's like, twitch.tv/aDrive is your place to be. Now let's talk about some of the ghosts here. I mentioned that before. So there's a couple ghosts that haven't been touched upon, right? So the first one being Shedinja. Now, do I think Shedinja is going to have an impact in this event? I really don't, but it would be really cool. For those who don't know Shedinja, it's a Pokemon that evolves from a bug Pokemon Nincada, which hasn't been released yet. It's actually Generation 3. It's one of the few forgotten Pokemon that kind of haven't come out, and I believe it's because Shedinja has a very unique mechanic in the fact that it only has one hit point. Only one, but it's got a really cool ability, so abilities aren't in Pokemon Go, so it's kind of useless. Otherwise, again, we'll probably see lots of Sableye, Shuppets, Duskulls, Drifloon, of course, the new balloon Pokemon. Its shiny is yellow. It looks incredible. Really pumped about that. I'm thinking that this could potentially be a new shiny. Mischievous evolves into Mismagius. Again, Mischievous shiny could be new. I'm expecting Spiritomb to not be shiny now that it's a mythical quest. And then Snorunt evolving to Frostlass. That's going to be a tricky one because Snorunt's probably not going to spawn. And then Rotom, it seems like they're going to leave out. I think Rotom might be left out for this for another time, but that could change in the future, right? Rotom doesn't necessarily, like, in the games, it's always tied into, like, haunted houses and stuff like that and being kind of involved in, like, the electrical TVs and things like that. But, I mean, they could do a really cool mythical quest for that. And then last but not least is Giratina, which is the legendary Pokemon, kind of like the head of the trio, so to speak, of the legendary Pokemon in this region. So it's very likely that that could be our tier 5 raid boss, right? And normally you would think that they're going to release Dialga and Palkia first, just like you would see Groudon, Kyogre over Rayquaza. But because it is the Halloween event, I feel like it's possible that Giratina drops first. So, because it is a ghost type, right? It's one of the few ghost type legendaries. So Giratina could be our answer. It's a ghost dragon. Thing's an absolute monster. Otherwise, you got the lake trio. You have Uxie, Azelf, and Mesprit. 3 different pixie psychic type fairies that have different kind of stats. Some are bulkier than others. Some are more offensive. Azelf is a little bit more offensive. And then you've got Dialga and Palkia here, the 2 legendary Pokemon found at Spear Pillar in the Diamond and Pearl games. So that's another option there. Then you got Heatran, and you got Regigigas, then you got Cresselia, and then you've got, you know, Darkrai, which is down here, and you got Shaman, and those are way, way less likely, and then Arceus, of course. So to me, I would imagine they start with Giratina or one of the Lake Trio. That's just my guess for tier 5. I'm expecting something to that effect. Giratina would be really good timing there with the Ghost event, like the Halloween event. I think that would be really sick. Now, in terms of some of these new Pokemon, here is Spiritomb. Spiritomb obviously isn't anything too crazy. You can see its stats are kind of lackluster. It doesn't have that high of a max CP. It's not going to be that meta breaking, but it is going to be a really cool Pokemon. It's got a great shiny. It's blue. Hopefully, we one day can get that, but in the meantime, it's a cool Pokemon. It's got a unique typing in Dark Ghost, which is shared with Sableye, but nothing crazy there. Drifblim here as well. Again, nothing too crazy. It's going to have some of the highest stamina in the game because Drifblim has one of the highest HP stats in the game. You know, rivaled by like Chansey, Blissey, and stuff like that. I think it's like 150 base HP. It's insane in the games, but its attack and defense are, again, lackluster. So nothing too crazy, but its shiny form is incredible. It's also yellow, and it looks really cool. It's a really cool looking Pokemon, and in the games, it's really neat. So, I mean, I always can give the game perspective because I have so much experience playing and doing competitive and stuff. In Pokemon Go, I mean, I'm just tapping the screen. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We got Dusknoir here. We've got 2388 max CP. Dusknoir kind of sits as a middle ground. It is going to be a step up from Dusclops. I don't know. If you have a shiny Duskull, are you going to evolve it to Dusknoir? Are you going to keep it a Dusclops or a Duskull? That's a good question because the red on the Duskull and the Dusclops is incredible, but then the Dusknoir has like a dark blue. It looks cool, but it's not the same. So make sure you check it out before you evolve in case that's your cup of tea. And then Mismagius here, which is probably going to be the better of the ghost options. Just because it's actually pretty offensive. It's got 105 across the board, special attack, special defense, and speed in terms of its actual kind of move pool and stuff in the main games. But in terms of Pokemon Go, it's pretty frail. Kind of follows along suit with that, right? Like, it's pretty frail. Its special defense is good. Its physical defense is trash. Its HP is trash, and its attack stat is decent. So, as a ghost type attacker, how is it going to rival Gengar? I think Gengar is probably going to be better because Gengar is actually Shadow Claw Gengar is insane. So Gengar is actually a little bit stronger. So I think you're going to probably see Gengar actually kind of take place there. And then I mentioned Rotom here. Rotom, again, is a unique Pokemon that's found through like electrical like TVs and things like that. It has a bunch of different forms. I feel like they'll probably do, now that they're opening the door for mythical research to not just be mythical Pokemon, right? Like Spiritomb is something very different. Now that they're kind of opening the door for that, I think that there's a possibility that Rotom has some sort of research in the future. And it makes me feel good that they're going to roll those out more often because that's really cool, dude. Like being able to get things like Spiritomb and who knows what else through that research. Like that could be really, really sick. So that's the Halloween event in a nutshell. Kind of just speculating right now from what we've seen from Krails. Obviously, there's a chance that there's more information. There's a chance that an announcement drops in a few hours. Like it's really likely that they're going to drop some sort of an announcement today and jump right into the new you know, kind of the new Halloween event. Sleeper picks for shinies, like I mentioned, I really think Drifloon has an opportunity. I think Mismagius has an opportunity. A lot of people are thinking Ghastly, just because Ghastly and Gengar, first of all, you're getting a t-shirt, but otherwise Ghastly is a really cool shiny. My sleeper pick though is Zubat, dude. I actually think green Zubat could come out. That's one of my kind of my bold predictions. Shiny Zubat is one of the shinies, but keep your fingers crossed, man. If they release 3 shinies like in this event like they did last time, that's going to be amazing. You're going to have Poochyena, you're going to have Andor, you're going to have Shuppy, you're going to have Dusknoir, you're going to have Sableye, you're going to have 3 new shinies. It's going to be one of the best shiny hunting events ever. I've already tweeted that out this morning. I tweeted it out. Go check out the giveaway in the description below to win yourself a Nintendo Switch. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I hope I see you guys on a stream tonight hunting some spooky Pokemon. That's it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive. I'll catch you guys later today. Peace. Thanks so much for checking out my last video. If you like that one, you'll definitely like this one, and be sure to subscribe for more as I post Pokemon videos every single day.